Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Stellaris. In between videos, I took a look at my empire, and one thing I did change in between videos was where my leaders were. And I did this because I took a look at the trait that this admiral gained, which was Arrested Development, which makes the leader experience gain pretty much non-existent. It brings it down to minus 100%. I don't think I get any bonuses from this guy, so he will not gain any more experience than he's already got. So I switched over the admiral that was... Oh, actually, I guess this change hasn't been made. They're probably in transit, but I switched over the admiral that was in this fleet to this fleet, unless it's doing that weird bug thing again. Because it's moving to just click on and make sure. All right, so we're probably going to have to wait and just make sure that ticks. Now, because I made that change, I am losing some energy credits because the admiral that was with that fleet reduces maintenance. And currently, I guess they're in transit, so they're not getting that reduction. Another thing that I was taking a look at, it was expansion possibly down here. And I noticed that this planet here is very habitable for this race down here. So what I was thinking is I could build a colony ship down here, send one of the population over here, and then immediately add it into this sector, and then they can take care of it. Let's take a look at the planet itself. So it looks like it's a little moon. Not all that big. Actually incredibly tiny, so maybe not that great of a colony. But the main reason I was thinking about it was for expansion's sake, because there are some resources out here. And if I don't, I feel like I will get closed off in this direction, and it will allow me to expand out over here. Now, there's no special resources that I necessarily see over here that we'd want to pick up. And we don't necessarily have to have contiguous borders anyway, but I'd like to have this lane be open. And anyway, there is some nice engineering science here that we could pick up. But considering how small that planet is, that's kind of a bummer. We also have one that is good for our people, the ocean world. Another ocean world here, although there's some modifier that makes it not as great. Tropical world, so this is better for this race here. We'll take a look at it, but currently there is bad base amoebas here, but there's an allied fleet that probably is taking care of that as we speak. Well, this looks like a nice sized planet. Not surveyed, though, so we don't know anything about it other than it's size 17. And then we also have another ocean world over here. Well, as I said, I could do this for strategic purposes. I'm going to just turn it over to this sector anyway, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal. And I think we already have a science station here that was probably... Oh, it was built by our ally, but it's not currently in their border. So, unless I'm reading that incorrectly... Oh, it is in their border. I don't know if we'd be able to push that, honestly. I thought that that was neutral, but that was just the angle I was looking at it. So we could do this for the energy credits at the very least, but this would be more a strategic move. And a way of expanding this sector. You know, I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm going to go over here. Go into this spaceport, and I will build a colony ship. And we want population, but we don't want ones that are... You know, have these problematic traits like fanatic spiritualist. Collectivist, not as big of a deal. But this looks like a good combo here. So we have pacifist... Oh, actually, we could trade that out for Xenophile, which goes more along with what we have. So we'd have a Xenophile that's a little bit spiritualist, not materialist like we are. And then they're also collectivist. Or we could get rid of the collectivist trait, but have that that fanatic spiritualist. Problem with the spiritualist is it's opposed to materialist, which is what our population is. So I'd like to reduce that if I could. I think the Xenophile trait is probably the better one because it goes along with what our population is. I just don't like the collectivist trait because of the slavery desire that they want. Also, does their race need slaves? It looks like it does, and the fact that we don't allow it is really pissing them off, A. And B, it seems like it's also giving them a modifier. So, because they're decadent. Can we even allow that if I wanted to? Let's go into our policies here. And if I go to slavery, and I did allowed, I don't know how this would affect things. It would definitely make these guys less pissed at me. And it'd also get rid of that modifier that they have. Alternatively, I could maybe genetically modify their species. So if I come probably under here, and their species is this one here. So I could get rid of the decadent trait maybe? Yeah, so it's a cost of 1. We have 1 point to work with, so if we got rid of that, gives us 0 points, and we want to modify their entire population. It's going to be expensive, but not too bad. I think that's a good idea, because hopefully we'll get rid of their desire to have slaves, A, so they won't be as pissed at me, and B, it gets rid of the modifier. I think that is what I want to go for, because I don't think I want to make the change so that they can actually have slaves, although that might be the easier choice. I'm going to go with this.
Situation log updated.
And we are going to research that. So it's going to limit what we're doing here right now, but that's all right, I guess. Another thing that I haven't really been looking at is the edicts. Do we have anything that would actually help happiness? Well, ethics divergence is actually an interesting thing, too, because it would make them have ethics more like us, but it also reduce our research speed. How long would something like this last? I guess we could cancel it at any time. All right, well, we've got this, which is the opposite of the other edict, which gives them more divergence, but gives us research speed. Survey speed, anomaly. This has no downsides. Maybe that's something I should have been doing earlier on. Although maybe we unlocked it more recently. And then we have the grants, and then droning, which gives us minerals but reduces energy credits. Well, we don't really need that. I'm actually tempted to do this information quarantine just to try and get these guys, this race. What were they called again? The Hogovan, to be more like us. We'll try that. It hurts our research, though, which I don't know if that is something that is role-playing wise correct. But I'm going to go for it. So we'll go with information quarantine. And we'll stunt our influence a little bit here, but I think we'll be okay for the meantime. And other things I can do. Well, we'll let the research thing go. It's going to take a while because it's 4,000 research. But we'll let that go. I could also come in here and see if there's any good governors or anything to recruit. All right, we had something go on there. All right, so scientist-wise, so we have particular techs that we could go for. I mean, this guy's fairly young. Do we have any scientists that are really not helping us with a particular field? No, right now we're doing okay. Especially the fields that they are focusing in actually match the tech that we're going for, so that's fine. Let's take a look at governors, though, because we are kind of lacking there. So we've got experience gain. Oh, wow, these guys are pretty old. That's kind of problematic. Oh, and I'm also at the cap, so actually I'm going to have to wait for that. All right, that's fine. And hopefully those leaders get where they need to go eventually. All right, let's go through my planets and see if there's anything that I can build up at the moment. So right now we have a population point.
Anomaly found.
Ooh, we've got an anomaly. We'll leave that be for now. I'm assuming that they're surveying, so let them continue. I'm going to go ahead and build science here. So basic science lab. It's going to cost us, maintenance, but that should go away once we get the guy where we need it. We probably have more strategic resources as well. We have a couple Betharian to use. Let's so over here I'm upgrading the administration building. And over here I'm building one Betharian plant. We could build another one. Although once that's built, we probably want to upgrade this one. Get rid of our energy credit deficit. And over here, we're clearing blockers. And over here, we're building a robot, which will work this tile. That's probably one of the reasons why we also have an energy credit deficit. Okay, so we have an inactive building. It's over here. So we'll move a population that's working something we don't necessarily need right now. And I would say that's here. And we'll move this population point over there. Probably should have had a science building there. As a matter of fact, is there anywhere else I'm missing out on science because I don't have somebody working a science building? Not that I see offhand in this area. Over here, we're working on that. We're going to have a population point pop out on science, but, why don't you go over to physics? That's where we actually need you. And we'll build a building there. You're doing good on food. Okay, that's good. And over here, we have pretty much everything built up that we can. They are having minus food here. Well, when this pops, that will take care of that, so we should be okay. Mostly, we're not really doing a whole lot on test right now. Eventually, I'd probably want to upgrade this. We just don't have the influence to do it. And that's probably one of the reasons why I should be just focusing on building. Oh, we do have a survey finish, though. No, if that was a finding an anomaly, I apologize. All right. Construction ship done. Well, oh, there we go. There's a whole bunch of energy credits, probably because we finished that one Betharian plant. All right. So what else do we need resource-wise? I'm trying to look for ones that are white. I think this guy's already working on these over here. All of these have stuff. All right. So we're pretty much good from where at this point with construction. So we might as well send you over. We're going to expand over here. Probably want to send you down here somewhere. So I'll go ahead and preemptively do that and send you into orbit. And then you'll be ready to go when I need you. Oh, and another thing I want to do, I'm assuming that the transfers happened. What the heck's going on with this? Is this the weird thing where it's... Yeah, we have that weird bug where an admiral is commanding 2 fleets at once. Which, I really honestly don't know how to... One thing I could do is... Is there a way to just say I don't want a leader? Ah, there we go. I'm right-clicking and nothing's happening. So this is totally bugged out. It's not letting me... It's not letting me select another... Yeah, so this is a major bug that's going on, that as far as I can see. So what I can do is I can actually grab the ship that he's supposedly commanding, which is the cruiser here. So, this guy. Okay. And it still says he's commanding over here. What the heck? That makes no sense. So it's pretty much refusing to allow me to... That is so weird. So that one general or admiral is commanding a ship, but I don't see him actually commanding a fleet. So I deselect this guy. Supposedly that one admiral is commanding this cruiser, but he's not being shown here. So if we select this here and we select him, hit yes, he's now there. Okay. Then we come over here. There's no leader assigned. We assign this guy who's supposedly available. Then we grab the fleet and we merge it. There. Now it is correct. That is so annoying. Okay. With that being said, now that you're set up correctly, I would like you to come over here and go into this space and kill me these mining drones. Alright, so we have a anomaly, I think. So we have gas giant ship. Active scans of Escalia 8 have, I'm sure I pronounced that wrong, Escala 8 have picked up what appears to be a large ship deep inside the atmosphere of the gas giant. Judging by the nearby debris, there have been several failed attempts to salvage this derelict in the past. Any ship strong enough to withstand such crushing gravity must be a magnificent prize, and Science Officer Reglor has proposed a salvage project of our own. Alright, so there have been failed attempts at this in the past. But it is a ship that could be powerful. We get nothing if we say that. Hey.
Situation log updated.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained, and looks like this is a research project. We'll research it. And I'm assuming this science ship has to go over to it to research that project. All right. Hopefully that works in our favor. And this guy's continuing to do the survey of this system. And how is this going? Finish in 26 months. Okay. Not too bad.
Construction complete.
All right. We finished surface construction over here. How are we doing as far as spaceports go? Over here. We needed to build this solar panel network. That should help as well with credits. Let's take a look at the sectors while I'm at it and thinking about it. So let's give some resources over here. Trying to get their minerals to be around about 2,000. You're not doing too bad on energy credits, so why don't you switch to research? And over here, these guys are still, single digits, and as far as that goes, so I'm going to have them still focus on financial focus. But for now, we'll just let them be, because they all have... Well, actually, these guys need more minerals. Let's get them up to 2,000 as well. There we go. All right. And over here... I think it's this planet that we're working on the buildings. Okay. So you're currently upgrading that. You don't have the population to work another power plant just yet. So I'm not going to build it. Instead, I'm going to upgrade this power plant. And the hope is once I have the ability to send out the colony, that modification of this race will be over. Alright, so this construction ship is now having nothing to do. Why don't you build me that research? And that should be good. We're going to have our military fleet entering soon.
Construction complete.
Okay. And you can just go ahead and go over there and attack this stuff. And we finish construction on Rim. We're still behind in physics, so I'm going to upgrade this to a physics lab. All right. We had a leader die, one of our governors, so we can't hire another one. I think for the governors, I probably should focus on my planets. I wonder if we lost the guy that has the blocker thing. Actually, I should, yeah, we did. Because I believe that symbol was a little mountain. So that guy finally died. Well, he served us well for a long time. So now we can replace him with somebody else that clears blockers. I think this is very valuable for new colonies. I know he's a little bit older than, for instance, this guy. And this guy gets a leader experience bonus. But I definitely, this is a very, I think, powerful trait. So we're going to go ahead and take that. And where I would like them, I would like them on... Did they finish clearing out the blockers on all of our other planets? Looks like it, so let's send them over here. So, there you go, and then we will queue all these up to be cleared. So we've got... Okay. Not quite as effective as the previous guy was because he was pretty leveled up. But we will clear this stuff out. I gotta wait because I don't have enough energy credits to do anything else. We at least get them working on a couple things. I could, of course, trade for energy credits, and that might not be a bad idea.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Ooh, yeah, that's the combat over there. So let's go to contacts here.
Special project complete.
All right, so the attempt by the science officer to salvage the derelict ship from the atmosphere was a failure. The gas giant's heavy gravity disabled the engines of one of our engineering tugs, which then collided with the derelict. Several lives were lost, and the ancient vessel was pushed even deeper into the atmosphere, beyond our reach. All right, well, he gained some experience. Kind of sucks, but
Situation log
it is what it is. All right, we'll take a look at that in a second. But what I want to do is I want to talk to people that are allied with me. Huh. These guys like me quite a bit. I think those are the guys up here, right? Yeah. What are they? How do they feel about an alliance? I don't think it would happen anytime soon. Finally, the space turtles, are voting yes on this, but they say no. And the biggest thing that I see there is their, outside of the base penalty, is their government type. Or, I'm not really sure if that's necessarily a government type, but their attitude is not really wanting to do an alliance with us. It's unfortunate because I would really like to form a federation, but we can't do that. But I can trade with them. So I would like some energy credits. Thank you very much. And we'll take 300 from you, and I'll give you some of my minerals in exchange. All right. You're willing to do that. Send that along. Good stuff. All right. Now we can clear blockers. Like this one and this one.
System survey complete.
All right. Survey done. It's kind of unfortunate we didn't get that project. We have debris? What happened here? Oh, that's... Okay. That was me destroying the mining stuff. There is a habitable world in here. Which is habitable to the Bagovans. And it's a little tiny planet, so probably not all that great. Fleet that is not doing anything. Go blow that up, please. Alright. And you are not doing anything, so you can come over here and research project that. And I'm actually... I don't think you will run away, because this doesn't count as an enemy fleet, I don't think. And... Also, you're done over here. But we have this anomaly. What level are you? You're level 2. You know what I might do? I might switch that up, because this guy... the other science vessel, which we just told to move, is level 4, so they would have an easier time with this. So, no, I didn't want to come into the system. I wanted to do that. You will do the research here. And this is the same thing as before, so hopefully we will succeed this time. And you can come over here and do the research here. And we're going to probably have another one here, so I'll just hold off until that's blown up.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Alright. What do we got going here? So, splitting the atom. Physicists from the alien civilization on Yorg-Se Crop have managed to split the atom for the first time. With the discovery of nuclear fission, the first weapons are inevitably being produced and power plants are coming online. The unidentified empire has entered the critical phase where they suddenly possess the means to destroy their own world with the press of a button. Alright, so I don't know where that was. Let's take a look. So that's not even in our space. Oh, no, it is. Not in our sector, though. I mean, it's not no it's a sector. I apologize. All right, so these guys. Can we do have a research station, but we're not controlling it. The sector is. Interesting. So we can't tell it to do stuff even if we wanted to. That's kind of weird. Yeah, so I'm not the owner, so I can't tell it what to do. Interesting. Alright, so they could possibly kill themselves and make that another tomb world like before. So that's just our response. We already know it succeeded. Alright, so we're getting levels up.
Construction complete.
Alright. That was probably just a blocker clear. Takes a long time to build these robots. I wish there was a way that you could speed that up. But unfortunately, there is not. I'm actually tempted to just build another one so that we can get this thing going. Although there's 0 a month here. Maybe that was a mistake. See if that changes. Alright, so it looks like you can only be in the process of building a robot one at a time.
Construction complete.
Kind of lame, but that's alright. Oh, and our squadron, which is sitting there not doing anything, you can come back to this base over here and enter orbit. Thank you very much. I would prefer not to be spending the maintenance on you. How is our progress going? We're almost halfway. All right, so same thing as before. We're going to bring it in.
Situation log updated.
And I think I have to physically tell it to do that again. So, you, come over here, research project. We do have a construction ship not doing anything as well. And I'll just tell you to... We have tropical world over here. Not going to worry about that right now, though. Tell you to come over here and enter orbit. So we're not paying maintenance for you. Alright, and I think this is a good point to put a cut in the video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.